Happy holidays, everyone. I had something kind of sad happen. I have these little hummingbirds that fly around outside of my window all the time. This is my baby hummingbird. Comes to visit every day. And I've been doing a science experiment with them. Kind of like I'm doing with Tinker. I'm trying to practice using my force field, you might say. What it is your vibrational field. Some people call it your aura. But you learn to direct your energy towards living things. Mothers instinctively know to do this when they sing to their babies, right? Or you instinctively know that it's good for you. That's why we hum when we do things. You know, when you hum, you are activating the vagus nerve, and actually does a lot of good things to your body and release all kinds of wonderful chemicals that are very potent and healthy for you. So sending this force field out to the hummingbirds through my window every morning. I come to the living room and I meditate and I act as if I'm speaking to them, and I send them love, and I say things like, I love you so much, you wonderful creature. I'm so glad you're here in my life and that you come to my living room window every morning and visit me. And I feel immense gratefulness. And that's what I'm projecting out through my window, from my mind's eye. The intense emotion of that actually sends a vibration into the quantum field. And that little bird every time will turn and cock its head and start paying attention to me. And sometimes even come right up to the window and hover right there for a few seconds and just stare at me. Gives me goosebumps. Just wonderful. Well, yesterday, my sweetheart was sitting and watching them, and you know, we watch them all the time. It's a sad day today. Lost its mate. Saw a neighbor cat come and get it yesterday, and poor little thing is by itself today. It makes me wonder, how many of you guys out there are by yourself? Maybe lost a loved one to COVID. And this little, actually it's a trio. They're best buddies, and they'll come under the eaves and hide up in the eaves and fly around and play hide and seek with each other. And yeah, there's a neighbor cat that came by yesterday. Darn it, swiped it right out of the sky, and yeah, had a little snack. Darn it. How do you handle it when you love someone so much and now they're gone? Poor little hummingbird. Just yesterday it was playing with its mate and flying in and out, and it even bumped into my living room window a couple of times, and thank goodness it wasn't too hard. It didn't get hurt. And so our trio became two, and its mate, the two were clearly mates, and the third, I guess, was just a buddy or something, but a hide and seek buddy. But the mate lost its sweetheart and to the neighbor kitty, and darn it. And it made me sad, and I thought, wow, you know, I right away started comparing notes to the old me. The old me would get a little bit depressed about that. And I quickly caught myself and I thought, well, now wait a minute. I've had an upgrade. I'm different now. I've been studying this quantum field thing and I have new tools. I can take this stressful moment, and instead of going, oh God, I love that thing so much, why would that make me so sad? I can turn it into something different, something positive. And it's really weird because I thought about it. Well, how can you make something like that into positive? And I thought, well, it is the holidays. I love hummingbirds so much. Who else loves hummingbirds? My mother-in-law. Well, soon-to-be mother-in-law. So I took that sad moment and decided to create a hummingbird. Okay? And I'm also a polymer clay artist, in case you don't know. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a fantasy hummingbird. And it's got little rhinestones in it, and it's got a loop on its head. And that is so you can hang it as a charm. And I thought I'd hang it off a purse or something. But you see, and now, guess what? Now that I feel a little better and I'm not all worried about that hummingbird that got eaten, I look out my window and there's the remaining two, and they're back to playing hide and seek. They were sad for a fat minute. They sat in the tree looking kind of bewildered and lost, and they get on with it, don't they? And that got me to thinking, we are in the middle of a pandemic. How many out there have a loved one right now in the hospital, or heaven forbid, one that already passed away? Just awful to think about. But even worse is, what are you going to do about it? I can't imagine. I'm so sorry if you have somebody in your life that's very sick or has passed. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to remain healthy? Or are you going to let yourself get depressed? Are you going to instead turn it into a positive? What can you learn from it? What can you be creative about it? What can you teach about it? It's about remaining healthy and not allowing depression to take over. Because once you allow yourself to get depressed, your vibration is very low, and then you end up attracting more of the same, which is negative and very unhealthy. All right? So, one thing you can do during the holidays, I know that it is so stressful. I mean, having to get everything together, especially, if you're like me and like to make things. Just the sheer idea of the weight of having to wrap all the gifts and if you're like me, you want to make stuff. My sweetheart gets in the kitchen and likes to cook, and I do too, but he likes it his way, so we mesh. I do mine, he does his. Together we come together, and we try to make it as less stressful as possible. But I realize in my past, I had relationships that didn't mesh like that, and was extremely stressful during the holidays. I dreaded the holidays because I knew it wasn't going to be very fun. I didn't have the help that I have now. Bless you, Michael. He's a good man. I hope you have a good person in your life. If you don't, you be sure and be good to yourself. Because if you don't, who is? Who's going to? Okay? Go run that hot bath. Make it a bubble bath. For yourself. Put some music on. Do like I did. I put some Christmas jazz on instead of being sad about that hummingbird. I know that's not fair to compare if you have a human being that's sick. I almost feel guilty talking about it. But instead of letting myself go there, get creative. I have some friends that got COVID. Thank goodness they're okay, because I understand there's a whole lot out there that's not okay. I used to work for the medical profession. My nurse friends and the people I know are beside themselves with this. This is very, very serious. And we can't forget the seriousness of the mental part. All right? We're going to have the vaccines coming up. We're going to have the, wear your mask and social distance for some time to come now. Vaccine or not, get ready. That's our new life for quite some time. We have to. We just do, or we're not going to beat this thing. But don't forget, please, the mental component of this. You have to remain strong mentally, because if you catch that virus, you're not going to be strong enough to fight it. If you are already downtrodden with your own thoughts, for heaven's sakes. So you have to be strong mentally. Take care of yourself. You know what I do? Knowing that the universe is a vibration. You guys see the movie Avatar? Okay. Well, one reason why that movie is so cool is because there's a whole lot of truth to it. When you talk about your body is actually a quantum computer, okay? And you are the controller. You get to decide, okay? And your emotions run everything. They make you healthy or they make you sick, okay? And if you start treating your body like your avatar, it's amazing how much easier this whole thing gets. Meaning you get to babysit this avatar. It's a wonderful quantum computer that was given to you at birth, and it's your job now to love it and take care of it. Feed it right. Stop when you need to and rest. Take it seriously. It's your responsibility. And if you have it to where you've got control over your emotions, then when something like COVID hits, you'll be a lot stronger and have a better time at being able to handle it. You're not going to be able to handle it as well if you catch it and you're already in a depressed state. So even if your loved ones are sick and in the hospital, you have to still take care of yourself, okay? All right. Try to make your holidays happy. Because they are. It's whether you think they are or not, right? I know some people are saying, oh my God, this is the worst Christmas ever because I don't get to see my loved ones. You know what I say to that? Baloney. Last year I couldn't walk. This year there's people dying. Baloney. It's all in how you look at it. This could be the best Christmas ever. It could. What are you going to do with it? Be creative. Have a Zoom party. I know it's not the same, but it's not going to be like this forever. It's just to help each other survive during this time in history. We want to do that, right? Isn't that what we all want to do? Survive this time in history? Live for the moment, people. Don't be worried about everything and everybody else right now. Live for the moment. Take care of yourself. When you have a happy mental state and your emotions are in check and you can step out of yourself and realize that your body is just an avatar and that you get to take care of it or not, it's up to you. Ultimately, everything turns out. Ultimately, everything, even though it may not seem like it right now, everything ultimately will turn out groovy. Happy holidays.